Hey guys, what's going on? So today we are talking about this new package that is in the shop, the Level Up package for 43.99 euros or dollars or wherever you're buying it from. Just wanted to give a quick little note that it's completely bullcrap and it's a very bad deal indeed. I was doing a little bit of math. It seems that all of this experience you get here comes out to about 85.6 million experience, which does sound like a lot. It does indeed. So for anyone considering getting that, I have a little bit of other math. So I'm at the point in the game now where I can farm Hell Mode, all conquests, the hardest stages, I guess, but whatever. So this might not apply to everyone, but even so, if you are planning on spending money, there are way better ways to do it. So I recorded a little bit of footage going for this dude. So when the pack first came out, I was doing a little bit of math. I was running here on hard mode conquest during hot time, and it was only hot time. No 1 week EXP boost, no 1 hour EXP boost, only hot time. Since I'm not too much in a rush to get EXP at the moment because I do have my main team at level 80 and I'm working up some other dudes here, and honestly I don't want to go through bottles that fast anyway. So if we take a look at some of this pre-recorded footage here, you can see that each of the heroes gets around 220,000 experience, and we also get 5 deluxe XP flasks, or filled ones, so yeah. And since we can do that 3 times per day, that equals over 4.5 million experience just for those 3 runs. So if you remember earlier, we said that package in the shop has 85.6 million experience in it. If we take a look at someone like Frey, she's level 79 right now, we can see how much experience she needs to go to the next one, which is 16 million experience to go from 79 to 80. Someone a little bit lower level like Claus only needs 11 million, but it's still a significant amount of XP. So I didn't really do any math for this part, but you can see it here yourself. 16 million for one level there, 11 million for one level there. So it may sound like a lot, but it's not really that much, especially for how expensive it is. So going back to Conquest, we just talked about this first one here on chapter 7. Taking into account the other 5 Conquest locations we can do every day 3 times, and considering you can do them on Hell Mode, you can see one run here on chapter 5 that gives us about 848,000 total when you combine all 4 experience levels, and you also get 10 second largest EXP flasks for each stage. So doing all 3 stages there just on hot time, keep in mind, we're not taking into account the 1 hour EXP boost you definitely should use if you're trying to raise heroes quickly, and it's also not taking into account any week-long EXP boosters you might have. That gives us almost a total of 3.3 million experience across the 3 battles, and now since there are 5 locations, that's 16.3 million experience total. So just from doing Conquest, we're getting almost 21 million experience every day. Now, if you're going to refresh each Conquest once with 100 rubies, which I was doing for a few days to faster bump up my units when they were getting up there in the mid 70s, I would refresh Conquests, each of them. I did that for like 2 or 3 days, and that was actually enough. That would basically just double the amount of experience you're getting, so we're looking at about 42 million now. I think while recording this, I had 1 costume, which gives like, I think 3% EXP, and then our guild has like another 21% or something, so the numbers could be a little bit off depending on what guild you're in or what boosts they decided to go for. But more or less it's not going to be so different. And then of course when you do these with the 1 hour EXP boost, which again you definitely need to, that would be dumb not to, and if you don't have one, go buy that from the shop instead of this damn pack. I mean, you can buy 12 of them for 1,000 rubies. Now that's not a bad deal, definitely not compared to the event one here. So there is one thing to consider, and that's the price of the bottles. We're really only going to be talking about the deluxe ones, and those 550 deluxe potions are going to cost you 35.75 million gold if you were to buy them from May's shop, and of course the inconvenience of having to go there every hour. But ultimately you're not paying for the bottles, you're paying for the experience, because you can't do anything with these except give them to your heroes. I mean, you can save them for a future hero that you want to raise, so that is like the one benefit to it, I guess. Like, instead of going and buying the bottles and filling them up yourself, you're now just going to have no empty bottles and just filled ones. But it doesn't seem very useful unless you're going to use it right now anyway, because this is just for the very impatient people that can't wait 1 or 2 days to finish raising their units. There was like one exception I wrote down here in my notes, and that was if you are a whale in your first week of playing. This could very much give you a head start, a pretty massive one actually, because I mean, if you're willing to drop 44 euros on some experience, you're probably going to buy Transcendence packs and starter packs and all the deals and stuff like that anyway. then you could probably get your full team to tier 1 on like the first day, and then throw those EXP into them equally, get them all up to like level 70 or whatever. Maybe that might work. I don't know, because I know they need a lot more experience as they get higher. Maybe you could get them all to at least level 61, start farming some level 60 dragons immediately, get carried by someone, I don't know, and yeah, you'd be ready to roar in like freaking 2 days. So that's like the only thing I can really consider to be worth it, sort of, not really even then still, but like if you're super competitive, it's kind of too late for this server, because this isn't a new server anymore. A lot of people have full 80 teams already. So I mean, maybe if you're super competitive and you wanted to be on the top, that would be a thing to go for. But now it just doesn't really make too much sense. But when you're reaching near the mid game, so when you have like 70, 75 level units and you want to buy the pack just to bump one up to 80 or something, it just doesn't make sense. If you have that much disposable income, then whatever, go for it. It just, I don't know, it seems like a waste. We still have our 2 10+1s here, but we're gonna go ahead and use the single summon because I don't think there are any like events going on with the single summon. I actually bought Jane's unique weapon from the arena shop since I had the 30,000 arena tokens. So I'm not sure if that was a good idea or not. I noticed the attack stat is much lower on Knight's weapons. I mean, they are tanks after all, but it was still a little bit disappointing to see that, but whatever, you know, whatever. I was kind of hoping to build her a DPS tank. Maybe I can still do that, but it just doesn't really seem like she has the raw stats to back up DPS. But whatever, so I don't know, I usually go for just Archer because all of the Archers are pretty much DPS, or at least sub DPS, and I think unique weapons are most important for DPS, so I would like Cassandra's unique weapon or Phrase, but Cassandra's wasn't in the arena shop, and Phrase actually doesn't sound that interesting, especially because Cassandra is my main healer, so I'm just gonna go for Archer. I do have Arch is sitting on the bench right now, level 40, I just grabbed him out of the inn. So if I got his unique weapon, then I would probably definitely raise him, just because I would need an 8th unit anyway. I have Neeks in my inn currently, and I was thinking about getting his as well. That's not a unique weapon at all, is it? Well, it's at least dragon gear, but like ice dragon. So I guess I'm pretty much done with the point of this video. If you happen to disagree, tell me why. Don't just leave a dislike. I mean, leave a dislike anyway, but just tell me why at least. I don't really see the value here, except for like in my first week whale example where you just want to like go straight to mid game like immediately, like within the first couple days. Maybe someone else can see some other use for it somehow. I don't know. I mean, there are 2,000 rubies in there as well. It's still not worth almost 50 whatever currency you're buying it from, but yeah, tell me what you think in the comments down below. Also, if you did happen to enjoy, leaving a like would be greatly appreciated. Thanks as always for watching, and until next time. And as always, thanks to these awesome supporters over on Patreon.